New Chanel, Mama and Gucci, got out the hoop, yeah. Been through hell, carry the life is a movie, yeah. We prevail, now we do the groupies, don't do the groupies, yeah. Got money for bail, don't act like you know me, knock off your koofy, yeah. Flooded the rollie with Ethan, Hellcat Katrina the Beamer, blowing the money like Freeman. I got a flex on the sleepers, they tryna do me like Caesar. You gotta watch for the creepers, I got that eye to see you.
And things like that. But the college experience, hands down, one of the best experiences. Oh, I can't wait till you ask about these accolades.
Right. So that's why. Well, we could talk about that. So tell me, after you picked this debut, and you guys are kind of like the top, some of the top dogs in the NCAA in such a small school. Tell me a little bit about your achievements. What was that like?
My freshman year, I just came in there, just ran everything up on the record boards, just ran everything up. When I first got there, and that was just oh my god. First year coming in, and then I'm a rookie, so I don't really know what to expect when it comes to like how the coaches is gonna be, how the players are gonna be, right. Things like that. So I was nervous. I still didn't talk for those whole 5 years I was there. But the being the fresh new person that's coming in it was just like, okay,
right.
Hopefully they like my game and they really mess with me so we can really get something done while I'm here. Right. So once I got in, I got comfortable my first year, and then we just flew from there. I think we was ranked like 25th my freshman year, like 25th or 26th, top 25. So. It was cool. We lost about 7 games the first year, 7, 8, something like that. Yeah. So I probably don't have that many losses, but through my whole career there. But coming in as a freshman, I was a little bit nervous though, like when I came in, but I adjusted, so it was cool.
Right. So I know you guys that got close. What year was that? You guys went to the Elite Eight. Let's talk about that. Well, how was that? I know you remember that last game. What was that like?
Yeah. Oh. So we playing against Stanford. I think it's year 2008.
Right.
I think it's 2008. We just beat Gonzaga. When it has Vanders, they had Sloop, and they had somebody else. She didn't play in the league, but she was pretty good. I forgot who she was. But we got there in 2008. We come against Stanford. We having a battle. It's a battle. You got Tashia, you got Jada Pell battling down low. You got me and Necka, right. Battling at the 4. Then you got, Jeanette Poland. Then you got Kayla Peterson. They got, what I'm saying? I got Special Jennings, right. Dee Dee Jernigan, April Phillips, Tashia, like Taisha Moss. We had it was a back and forth battle. And I tell you, it's probably one of the best games that I've ever had because it was so back and forth. Okay. And like when she hit the shot at the buzzer to hit the game winner, like I took my 5th year because I felt we was this close to the Final Four. Right. We was this close, and I want to say it on record, like right. If we made it to the Final Four,
right.
I promise we would have got a championship.
Okay.
I promise.
Right.
I promise. It would have been no ands and buts about it. I promise we would have got a title. I promise we would have.
Wow.
Like I promise. Like it would have. I don't care who was in the way. UConn and Miami. I don't care.
Right. You was gonna do it.
I was gonna go for 50.
I like that attitude. Right.
I promise I was. Like that's different. Like I wish I had got there though, but I never did. So
all good. Switching gears, you get ready for the NBA draft, for the WNBA draft.
The draft. Well, I just saw the draft. I only knew maybe like 2 players.
Okay.
I know it's kind of bad. It's because like I haven't really I'm usually playing during the season, but I haven't really watched no college basketball, men or women. like that until March Madness.
Right. So what did you get drafted? What number did you get drafted?
Like I'm home, so I'm able to watch. Huh?
I said, what number did you get drafted?
I got drafted 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah, 4th overall, first round.
Okay. And then how was that adjustment? I know you went. So did you play overseas right away? Because y'all played your WNBA season, and then you go overseas, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I went to Turkey.
Okay.
I played for a team called Beşiktaş that first year. So, yeah.
Okay. So what was that? How was the game? What was the game like?
Which game?
I said, what was the difference between college and WNBA? What was the game like?
Oh, okay. So the same nature when it comes to competitiveness. Like when it comes to like strength and stuff, like the WNBA, like they calm down on that all that crazy like college workout stuff. I feel like that's the big difference,
right?
When it comes to the WNBA in college, but you know, WNBA you're gonna have more athletic and tall people,
right?
Just as period. Right. Not saying that the competitiveness is the same, but obviously it's gonna be a little bit more tough with WNBA because you got bigger, faster, people, more experienced players. So,
right.
To me, for that, yeah, it was a big difference. Like I feel like WNBAs are stronger, obviously.
Right.
It's still at the same level.
Right.
Yeah, that competitiveness is all mental.
Right. So who'd you get drafted by? I didn't ask that.
Yeah.
I know you got drafted.
Okay, I got drafted by Minnesota.
Right. Well, I know you got drafted by. I was just asking. So when did Maya Moore come along?
We got drafted the same year.
I got drafted the same year. What was that like playing with her? She was a freaking. I remember a show that showed like different athletes and how their strength was and speed. And she was on the show. They was talking about how when she jumps and the force she puts to the floor. What was it like playing with her?
It was great. Maya's a great person. She's a great competitor. I don't really have nothing bad to say about Maya. Like she's a great teammate. She was really good teammate. She was basically like kind of like the mama, or whatever. But she was cool. Like she was really good. It was great to see a great player of that magnitude. Like she's on the magnitude of the female Jordan. You know what I mean? So watching her play and watching her effort, was amazing. So she's doing great things now. You know what I mean? I don't think. Me personally, I don't think she's gonna come back, but she's doing great things.
Right. So what was that like? What year did y'all win the championship?
My first year.
You won the championship your first year? I'm about to stop this interview now. Like what? Yeah, so how many did you win in WNBA?
I actually played a pretty decent amount of minutes during that series.
I know, but I didn't think it was your first year. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it's my first and third year. We didn't win. We lost to Indiana. We lost to Indiana the second year.
Right.
They won. The league wanted Tamika to get the championship, but they busted our butt.
Hey, listen.
They busted our butt. No, they gave it to us.
Right. So what was it like? What was it like winning those championships?
The first one was very, very big. It was very, very big because this is my first year. I'm a rookie. I get to play. I hit big shots in this game.
I remember that.
So it was like, oh my God, I'm being a part of something that's so great. And then watching Simone like cry because she just got her first championship. Like I'm it's just it was so surreal. It was amazing though. It was great. Like we got greeted at the airport when we got back. It was like, oh my God, this is real life.
It was time.
Put on for the city.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we talked about this just a second ago before we got on. You had been playing, you're currently playing in China. You were playing in Wuhan, where it all started, where coronavirus all started. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about the city, and then we'll get into the virus. What is Wuhan like?
Okay. Wuhan is actually a really beautiful city.
Okay.
I've heard somebody's told me that like it's like the Chicago of the U.S. Like it has really great places. It got really good streets.
Mhm.
It's just a really good city. Like the people are very nice. I mean, they stare at you. That's because I'm 6'4". But
Right.
other than that, like they're actually really nice people. Like yeah, it's really good town.
How is living there compared
I,
to living in the U.S.?
the living sucks, but you deal with it when you deal with it when you're making good money.
Right.
But at first, like last year, they had me in a hotel. This year, they had put me in an apartment. It wasn't bad. It's just small. Like
Yeah.
and like Chinese people are very, very. When they eat, they're people like they just like a lot of stuff closed in and like
Mhm.
the living is just bad. But other
Okay.
than that, like to visit the city, the hotels, we
Right.
good.
Right. So before the outbreak, well, tell me about how you found out about the outbreak. What time did you get out? And then what was that like? Because I mean, it was a period of time where that outbreak was starting, and you were still there, right?
Right. So the WCBA had a time where the teams have to go on a break. So we got like a month off. Like I had in my contract, I had like 39 days off.
Okay.
So during that break, you can do whatever you want, but you got to come back 2 weeks
Mm.
before the season restarts.
Right.
So what happened was I left. The last game was January 2nd. I didn't
Okay.
leave until January 5th from Wuhan.
Okay.
So when I left, I came home, relaxed for a little bit. Then I went on vacation for my birthday. I went to Turks and Caicos.
Okay.
And while I was there is when it got bad. So
Oh,
that's when
okay.
so that's when I text them. I was like, yo, text me. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Is this virus like dangerous or something? I'm like, what's going
Right.
on? There's like, no, it's nothing to worry about. Then it was like, Amber, we're holding your flight. We're waiting so this thing clears up. Then we're gonna fly you back. I'm like,
Right.
okay. That's how all that happened. I'm like, yo, this virus then broke out and took everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
crazy. It's crazy. So what?
yeah, it's real crazy.
Switching gears. How much longer you think you're gonna play?
Woo! This was honestly, I was gonna say because I actually had an injury a little bit during the season, so I was playing hurt. So I was only my numbers was down. I'm like,
Right.
oh my god, I could be out averaging 15 and 10. I could be averaging 20 and 12 or something like
Right.
that.
Right.
But yeah. So I was like, okay, is my Achilles gonna get better? Like, is it because I already tore my left one? So I was
Mhm.
like, my right one is the one that was irritating me. So what happened was I was playing 3 games back to back to back, and I haven't done that in a very long time. So my
Right.
body wasn't adjusted to it, and I kind of strained it. So I was out for 2 weeks
Right.
before the season started. And so I was, working it out and doing this during the season. It was hurting really bad. And
Right.
so like it kept getting better towards the end. Like before the break came, it was feeling real good because I had
Right.
got a dub before I left.
Right.
So um, so with that being said, I don't know. If it didn't get better, I was gonna
Right.
retire this year.
Okay.
But
Okay.
obviously, it's feeling good because I got all this rest. So I'm gonna
Right.
try to last at least 2 more years
2 more years. Okay. So
with
what?
Wuhan. I'm
And
gonna
you
try
said
to
in
get them.
Wuhan.
I'm gonna try to get them to sign me for my last 2 years, and then eventually they want me to help coach there. So I'm
You get you
eventually
get you getting
go
ahead
out.
of me. That's what I was gonna say. What's the goal after you get done when you get done playing?
I honestly don't want to coach, but I do want to do a skills development.
Okay.
I'd rather be a skills development coach and stuff like that. I'd rather, work on moves and all this stuff because I wish I had some of these moves that people have now back
Right.
then. Like it would be,
Right.
I would have been using different stuff. So
Right.
I really want to get into that and just training and stuff like that once it's
Okay.
over. Like me and Tashia had talked about before having a facility
Right.
where we train people come in, they can work out, do basketball, do whatever kind of training they want. Just got to find a gym for it. I just haven't got into that yet. Eventually,
Right.
I will. Once I retire and I'm settled down, then I can talk about that.
Right.
So,
If you had to go back and talk to your younger self, have a nice conversation, what would be the conversation? What would it look like? What would it sound like?
a conversation. I'm sorry, you cut out.
I
Conversation
said,
with who?
if you had to go back and talk to young Amber, maybe before she got to high school, what would the conversation? What would the conversation be? What pointers would you give yourself? I
I feel
can't hear
like
you.
I
Okay, go
just
ahead.
want
I'm
to say
sorry.
I could have worked a little bit harder. I would have worked a little bit harder in college. I would have gave myself a different talk. I would have used different techniques and stuff like that to get my body adjusted and actually lasted to play the game longer. Like
Okay.
I probably could last longer if I took care of my body. That's
Right.
my biggest issue is my body.
Right.
So my body fluctuates up and down all the time. 1 minute I'm this big, 1 minute I'm this big,
Right.
this big, So that's what I really say. That more so that more than anything.
Right. Taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Well, hey man, the well accomplished, 4-time, what is it? 2-time state champion, 2-time WNBA champion, Amber
Hey,
Harris.
but college, I did not lose a conference title.
Oh, so
Did
you
not
won all your
lose.
conference? You won all your conferences?
4-0. 4-0.
Did you get rings for that?
Rings.
Oh, wait, you got 8 rings?
And they gave us a ring for Miss Basketball, and they gave us a ring for McDonald's All American.
Okay, so you got 10 rings.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a ring for every finger.
I got a ring for every finger.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on.
Nah, I appreciate you having me.
All right, Amber Harris, y'all take care. Hey, listen, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment if you like this interview. We out.
New Chanel, Mama and Gucci, got out the hoop, yeah. Been through hell, carry the life is a movie, yeah. We prevail, now we do the coupies, don't do the groupies, yeah. Got money for bail, don't act like you know me, knock off your coffee, yeah. Flooded the rollie with Ethan, Hurricane Katrina the Beamer, blowing the money like FEMA. I got a flex in the sleepers, they tryna do me like Caesar. You gotta watch for the creepers, I got the eye that steam you, roll up and I blow you like I'm such a high achiever, I make a skeptic believe it. Don't think the grass is greener, I wasn't counted in either. Tryna get paid in full, I feel like Ace in the cleaners. I got the phone with wood, I had to upgrade the features. New Chanel, Mama and Gucci, got out the hoop.